Hello, and welcome to A Brand New Day with BTS, a podcast dedicated to bringing you a day-by-day history and song discussion of the South Korean music group internationally known as BTS. In today's episode, we talk about February 10th in BTS history and the song Chicken Noodle Soup by J-Hope, which was released in September 2019. BTS activity from the past week. This segment covers Saturday, February 1st to Friday, February 8th, Korean Standard Time. We'll begin with our leader. RM posted that he's been promoted to sergeant. This is the last rank achievable by a mandatory enlistment, which means that his next rank is civilian. RM also posted a wonderful letter for Lunar New Year on Reverse, in which he talked about how much he looked forward to his discharge from the military, and how slow time passes when you'd prefer it to pass quickly. Similar to some of Jimin's letters, RM mentions that there's so much he wants to talk to us about that he can't say right now. He wishes everyone a happy Lunar New Year and reminds us all that he loves us. Both J-Hope and Jin left comments on RM's post encouraging him. Over the course of the week, RM recommended the song Lose Control by Young Franco, Earth Gang, and Ja-Funk, and Undecided Relationship by Kim Oki, which is a really lovely saxophone song. Fun fact, I used to play the tenor sax, so it's been really cool and amusing to me to see how much RM has fallen in love with playing it. J-Hope posted a funny TikTok video for Doechie's track the morning after her Grammy win. On Wednesday, he also posted the dance challenge to Angel Numbers 10 Toes by Chris Brown, and that was amazing. It seems he's counting down the days to his concert in dance challenges, and posted another popular sexy one on Thursday. I love this for a countdown method. I hope he's able to keep it up. Both Don Toliver and J-Hope continue to tease the eventual release of LV Bag every couple days. It's weird when you've gotten used to the way the K-pop industry does things to suddenly be reminded of the way rappers do things in the West. It always seems like months of practically giving out the whole song but not releasing it, or they'll go the complete opposite route and drop something with no warning whatsoever. Personally, I like the more structured comeback calendars of K-pop, but I don't think it's a surprise that I like things structured. J-Hope also posted a photo of a signed album that he received from the group Cat's Eye. In their note to him, Cat's Eye thanked J-Hope for giving them advice. Part of me wonders if perhaps their interaction might show up in some of Cat's Eye's behind-the-scenes footage someday. I hope so. It's always cool to see BTS mentoring younger groups. Also, tickets to J-Hope's tour stop in LA will be going on sale February 11th, which is the day after this episode drops. I wish everyone trying for tickets good luck. I originally wasn't going to be able to go to this tour, but thanks to the generosity of some friends, I'll be seeing him in Oakland. I'm really excited. I had a rough January, and looking forward to seeing Hobie has definitely been a welcome source of happiness. Jin shared the new Aloe clothing ad that he's in. Some of my friends purchased his last Aloe outfit, and I'm kind of jealous. Run Jin Episode 20, Variety Show Extravaganza Part 1, aired on Tuesday. Jin was joined by comedians and Eunkwon from B2B, who goes on so many variety shows that he might as well be a comedian. I really like Eunkwon, and apparently he and Jin sometimes play League of Legends together, so that's super cute and awesome. And that brings us to the end of the news week of February 1st to February 7th. I hope I get to report on more Hobie dance challenge videos next week. This day in BTS history, February 10th. February 10th, 2013. It's pre-debut, and I have no idea what the boys are doing. But it was Lunar New Year, so hopefully they were doing something fun and celebratory. February 10th, 2014. JK tweets a photo of himself as they count down to the release of School Love Affair. It's D2. Jin tweets that he's going to make rice cake soup for the members. February 10th, 2015. BTS are in Tokyo, Japan for their Japan tour promoting Wake Up. It was probably around these Japan dates that Suga wrote his verse for the song Converse High while sharing a room with J-Hope and using the bathroom as a recording studio for the demo. Everyone except Suga tweets selfies after the concert wraps up that night. February 10th, 2016. The Lunar New Year special Idol Star Athletics Championship airs on NBC. J-Hope tweets a photo of the gold medal they won in relay. The boys are actually on a little vacation. Jin records a log while visiting his uncle's strawberry farm in the countryside. Jin tells us about how he worked there as a child. and makes a joke about becoming a melon farmer instead, referring, of course, to the Korean melon music charts. You can find Jin's log on the Bangtan TV YouTube channel, but you may have to go to Bangtan Sub's YouTube channel for English subtitles. January 10th, 2017. BTS have dance rehearsals for the Wings tour. They're just 3 days away from the album You Never Walk Alone being released, so things are about to get very busy. February 10th, 2018. Everyone has a few days off again. Jimin tweets a selfie. Jin tweets a selfie video from his uncle's farm again. And J-Hope tweets a video of himself practicing house dance with a teacher in Japan. February 10th, 2019. BTS are in LA, and it's the 2019 Grammy Awards. BTS are there to present an award. They tweet a photo of them and Kim Jones. Suga tweets a selfie, and Hobi tweets a video from the red carpet. After the Grammys, BTS do a couple of V-Lives. They make fun of themselves for getting the timing wrong when they try to speak in unison while presenting. Then they try to make each other laugh from behind the camera, while each of them are trying to give a heartfelt thanks to the ARMY. They end with celebratory champagne. You can see the attempts at making each other laugh clearly in the Bangtan bomb that staff filmed during the live stream. It's called What Happened During the V-Live and was posted later that year on October 23rd, 2019. You can find the short video on Bangtan TV, BTS's YouTube channel. After the V-Live live stream, V tweets a selfie video thanking ARMY. RM tweets bed selfies and his own thank yous. And Jin tweets a selfie that he took earlier that day at the Grammys. February 10th, 2020. BTS have just returned to Seoul after filming The Tonight Show in New York. BTS, possibly V, tweets congratulations to director Bong Joon-ho for his Academy Award for Parasite. Jimin posts on Weverse that he's returned safely, and V is also active on Weverse, leaving comments for ARMY. February 10th, 2020. Once again, we find ourselves on Lunar New Year. BTS are on their Lunar New Year vacation. Hobi and RM both visit with their family. Jimin binge watches Infinite Challenge, and V eats so much food that he makes himself sick. Hilariously, I did not write down the source for why I know this information, but they must have said it at some point. February 10th, 2022. A lot of Instagram activity. JK still has his personal Instagram, and he posts an audio clip of him singing Chilly Windy Night in 1991 by Park Ho-shin. JK also shares a cover of his song Still With You, done by Jisoo. He recommends the song It Takes Two by Fiji Blue. Not neglecting Weverse, Jimin posts a message to ARMY recognizing and encouraging their strength as we near the end of the second year of the pandemic. Jimin also updates ARMY that he is happy. Now back to Instagram. RM posts photos of his studio and the art in the hallway outside of it, because RM has so much art now that he's slowly taking over the building, I guess. Suga posts a selfie from the Samsung photo shoot, and V posts a video of himself doing judo. RM lets us know that his MBTI type is still NFP. And to finish off, J-Hope posts a photo from a visit to the Han River. February 10th, 2023. Suga traveled to Thailand, where the filming for Hagum music video will take place. If you want to learn more about the song Hagum, check out episode 3 of the podcast. J-Hope posts selfies with a bag that was gifted to him, and also his recent promotional appearances. He also shared the trailer for J-Hope in the Box documentary. Jimin does a live stream on Weverse. He works on Legos and chats about his upcoming album and other topics. He's looked into straightening his teeth, but is still thinking about options. He also then explains how he came to write the bridge for Vibe, the collaboration he did with Taeyang. Jimin talks about how cool Jin is, how he looks just the same as when Jimin first met him, and how all the company staff miss him. He also heaps praise on J-Hope and RM. Jimin thinks RM might be a reincarnated soul, and he considers him a gift. Those are some highlights, but I'll stop there because Jimin does like to chat quite a bit when he's working on Legos. Before the day is over, RM recommends Noels by Simino. Jimin posts a photo of himself with the Legos he made, and also screen caps of episode 4 of Suchita, which made him laugh. RM also posts a selfie in the studio. February 10th, 2024. Last year, we got our Happy Lunar New Year letter from Jimin on this day. All the members are enlisted by February 10th, 2024, and are only a couple weeks out of basic training, so letters are definitely a treat. Jimin assures Army that he and JK are doing well and not to worry. And that brings us to the end of this day in BTS history segment. With 5 of our 7 guys still enlisted, I hope they're all doing well this year too. I'm sure on this February 10th that Jin and J-Hope are hard at work preparing to entertain us while we wait for these last 120 odd days to pass. Song discussion: Chicken Noodle Soup by J-Hope, featuring Becky G. Chicken Noodle Soup was released as a single on SoundCloud with an official music video on YouTube on September 27, 2019. Later, when BTS officially started their solo careers, the song was made available on streaming sites. The song is a remake of DJ Webstar and rapper Young B's song of the same name, which was released in September 2006. Originally, J-Hope had intended the song to have a different featuring artist and to be on his Hope World mixtape, which was released in early 2018. However, that featuring artist fell through, and the song could not be completed in time to be released on that album, much to J-Hope's disappointment. I'd imagine that J-Hope wanted the song to feature a female artist, given that the original song also had a female voice on it, which was likely why just releasing a solo version of the song would not be true to J-Hope's vision. Over a year after Hope World was released, J-Hope still wanted to release it and asked A&R to find him a new feature. They suggested Becky G. J-Hope had a chance to see her at the Billboard Awards in May of 2019 and thought she was great. Luckily, Becky G agreed to the feature, but she was so busy that J-Hope feared that the collaboration would once again fall through and the song wouldn't happen. However, Becky G came through for him, and during BTS's vacation period in 2019, J-Hope was able to fly to LA to meet up with Becky G and film the music video. I think part of the rush to release it was due to J-Hope's wanting to get it done before BTS were busy preparing for the Map of the Soul 7 comeback and tour, the preparation for which started around October 2019, and if there hadn't been a global pandemic, it would have tied up their schedules until fall 2020. J-Hope began learning the choreography only 3 days before his flight to Los Angeles to film the music video. You can watch the behind the scenes of the music video filming either on Memories 2019 DVD or on Bangtan TV YouTube channel. It's the video called J-Hope Chicken Noodle Soup, featuring Becky G MV shooting sketch. But the team at Big Hit hasn't gotten English subtitles up for it yet, so you'll have to go to Bangtan Sub's YouTube channel and search for it there. J-Hope also filmed a vlog of the trip to LA called Vlog J-Hope Very Important Business. It's also only available with subtitles on the Bangtan Subs YouTube channel. J-Hope arrived in LA on August 19th and practiced in the hotel room. They had a rehearsal and run-through of the music video on the 20th at the location, then filmed everything in one day on the 21st. The music video used the one-take technique whenever possible, which is pretty cool and means that, once it cuts to J-Hope about 10 seconds into the MV, you get one continuous shot that lasts nearly 2 minutes of the 4-minute and 28-second video. The next shot lasts for about 1 minute 15 seconds. Then we cut back and forth between it and a night shoot for the final chorus. They hired about 50 street dancers for the shoot, all from different backgrounds. They also give some of them a time to shine on their own at the end of the video, while listing their names in the credits on the screen. On August 22nd, J-Hope was already on his way back to Korea to enjoy some of that vacation time that the rest of the members were experiencing. Their first schedule back, which happened in mid-September, was the filming of Bon Voyage Season 4 in New Zealand, and this is why, when you watch Bon Voyage Season 4, you see J-Hope and the other dancers in the group taking opportunities in scenic places to preemptively film short dance challenge clips that they'll be able to release once the song is officially released after their trip. J-Hope discussed the song in a V-Live on September 27th, the day the song and music video was released. He explained that he wanted to do a remake of Chicken Noodle Soup because it was one of the first songs that he learned choreography for when he first began taking dance lessons. Similarly, Becky G also grew up listening to the song, so she was happy to be featured on a remake of it. Hobie hadn't been thinking of a music video at first, but agreed to it when it was proposed. To help work with Becky G's schedule, he had to fly to Los Angeles for the shoot. It was actually the first time that he had gone anywhere without BTS. The choreography in the MV was a collaborative effort between performance director Son Son-duk, Sienna from the lab in LA, and Bankster, a former member of Neuron, which was J-Hope's dance crew in Gwangju. Now that we've discussed the origins, music video, choreo, and what BTS were up to at the time it was released, let's discuss the song itself. Oh, but before I do that, I need to talk about Becky G. Becky G was raised in Inglewood, California. Some of you might know Inglewood as the neighborhood close to LA Airport, where in recent years you might have traveled to see BTS or August D perform at a stadium or arena. Becky G is a Mexican American and had a bit of a rough childhood, but eventually was able to debut as a singer in 2013, like BTS, after gaining popularity on YouTube since 2011. She does a range of genres from hip-hop, pop, rap, reggaeton, and Latin, and collaborates with artists from even wider genres. Side note, Becky G is also an actress, and until I was researching for this episode, I hadn't realized I'd seen her in Power Rangers. With the addition of Becky G as the feature, the song gets to be trilingual, which is really cool. It's in English, Korean, and Spanish. In keeping with the theme of Hope World, which was the album the song was originally intended to be on, the lyrics by both J-Hope and Becky G are about their roots and honoring where they came from. I think it's really neat that it's a remake of a song that both J-Hope and Becky G have memories of dancing to as preteens in 2006, even though they lived in different cultures and countries. The original song originated in Harlem, so that's why at the beginning of J-Hope's remake, he names certain places and streets in Gwangju as his personal Harlem, as in where he originated from. He talks about his love for dance, his workaholic tendencies, which is a recurring theme in J-Hope's work, and how great his dreams are. Dancing is something he does every day, and the way he earns his living. Becky's verse continues the theme. She's proud to be from Latin America and has overcome naysayers to be the best. I think the key lyrics in this song is the pre-chorus, sung by Becky G. We always got love for where we come from, so let 'em know what's up. No matter wherever we go, bring it back to this place called home. It's really hard not to sing that, I have to tell you. In this case, where they come from might mean Gwangju or the Latin American community in Inglewood, California, but it could also simultaneously mean their roots in the arts, in dance, in songs like Chicken Noodle Soup that brought them joy and inspired them to move as children, and thus eventually led them to their careers. Home is a place, but it could also be the foundation from which they've built their lives and careers. Due to it being a solo song and coming out only shortly before the COVID-19 pandemic, there aren't many performances of this song. Really, there's just two, but those two performances are both amazing. If you want a performance of the original J-Hope and Becky G version, then you can search up J-Hope's Lollapalooza performance in the summer of 2022. That performance of the song opened with children dancing to Chicken Noodle Soup to stick with the connection to J-Hope's childhood, before transitioning to adult dancers as Becky G appeared. J-Hope had Becky G appear as a surprise guest. They kept the surprise so well that Becky even posted a photo of J-Hope performing as if she were watching the live stream at home shortly before she walked out from backstage to join him in front of the crowd. It was the first time they'd been able to perform the song together, nearly 3 years after its release. Their chemistry together was fantastic, and Becky looked really good. Visuals alone, great performance. But she also killed the performance, and then said some really nice words to J-Hope after they finished, telling him how proud she was of him and how thankful for his friendship. It was definitely a crowd favorite of the night. Becky G invited J-Hope to perform with her again at Coachella in 2023, but sadly, the appearance conflicted with J-Hope's mandatory military enlistment, and he couldn't accept the invitation. Hopefully in the future, they'll have another opportunity to reunite. Going back in time, though, to the other and technically first ever live performance of Chicken Noodle Soup, we have to go to BTS's 2021 Festa concert, SoWooZoo, which was done as an online concert on June 13th and 14th, 2021, to celebrate BTS's 8-year anniversary. On the second night of the concert, BTS performed a version of Chicken Noodle Soup with all 7 members. J-Hope opens the song. but V takes the first half of the first verse, and he changes the original lyrics from talking about being from Gwangju to mentioning his own hometown of Daegu. Jin picks up where V leaves off, hilariously forgetting all the names of the different dances in the popping, rocking, hopping, tutting, Dougie, flexing, swagging line, and just repeating popping, 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 popping. Suga then picks up just before the pre-chorus, finishing off the verse, changing the with Becky G on the side line to with BTS on the side. JK takes over for Becky G on the pre-chorus. But the real treat comes, for me, when RM and Jimin split Becky G's rap verse in full Spanish. As far as I can tell, they don't change any of the lyrics and keep it true to Becky's original words, which means RM shouts out Latin America, and Jimin tells people to look back at it. And don't mind if I do. They all kill the dance, of course. They're BTS. Then they each have a little dance break at the end, and V is so excited that he successfully cartwheels that he momentarily forgets to face the camera and just beams at the other members, and it's super cute. Anyway, I think you can tell what my favorite performance is, but this is a BTS podcast after all. Hopefully you can forgive me for my obvious bias towards seeing all the boys together, and also seeing Jimin rap, which I love, and he doesn't do that often. And that brings us to the end of the song discussion. This song is so fun. It's very much a celebration of J-Hope's roots in Gwangju, but specifically the Gwangju street dance scene, and how he can go from something as nonsensical and fun as dancing to Chicken Noodle Soup to turning that into a serious career where hard work has yielded great success. And now we get to spin the random number generator that picks the song for next week. And the winner is Song Request by Lee Soo-ra, featuring Suga of BTS. So that will be really interesting. We'll get to cover someone else's song, technically. It's one of my favorite Suga features, so I'm really looking forward to it. I just said Suga features without the R in there. If you have any thoughts, please reach out. One of my listeners sent in a great idea. Since I have a YouTube channel for the podcast, I could make a playlist with all the songs that I cover on the podcast and add to the playlist as I go. So if you want to find that, my username on YouTube is A Brand New Day Pod, same as it is everywhere else. So you can search that up, and I only have 2 playlists on there. One's the podcast, and the other will be the songs covered in the podcast. And also key performances I mention in the podcast if I can find them. For the most part, I'm going to be sticking with official sources, so they won't be lyric videos. If you want to look up lyric videos, you can grab the titles and do that yourself. But I want to make sure the streams go to the actual artist. And the same with performance videos. If I can find a performance video that's published by the boys on Bangtan TV, then I will link that one. It's only in cases where there's only fan uploads of the performance that I might link a performance. Those also have the danger of eventually being deleted and breaking the playlist, and so that might happen in the future. I'm debating whether I want to also do a playlist for the Bangtan bombs that I mentioned, or if I want to shove them in there. But I think for now, I'm just going to keep it to the songs. If you want me to do a playlist for the Bangtan bombs episodes or other things that I mentioned in the podcast, let me know. It's a sort of a balancing act that I do with this podcast because I want to have it be understandable by both ARMY and people who are just newly getting into BTS or might only be a casual listener and they don't have the lingo down. So I have noticed, like I've been saying Bangtan Bomb, like everybody knows what I'm talking about. Those are short videos that BTS posts on their YouTube channel. So they're not actually bombs. That probably was evident. I don't want to over-explain things either because that gets kind of monotonous for ARMY who do know the vocabulary of being a fan of BTS. So yeah, anyway, that's the balancing act I'm playing. Now I'm not going on a tangent, and this is why I script my podcast episodes and I don't just talk like this. But yeah, so that's where we're at. So yes, point of this, YouTube channel. A Brand New Day Pod. It has the podcast if you want to listen to it on YouTube or YouTube Music instead of one of the other streaming sites. Or you can just go there if you want a playlist of all the songs covered in the podcast. And the bonus is that I'll add the song for next week when I choose it. So that means if you want to be sneaky and find out the next song before the podcast drops, usually I record the podcast on a Friday, which is why the news cuts off on Fridays. So the new song for next week will actually be going up on the Friday as long as I remember to do it. And then the podcast will drop on the Monday, and that's when it officially gets announced in the recorded version. Okay, really have to stop speaking now. This is, again, why I script. YouTube channel. Check it out if you want playlists. Let me know if you want other playlists or if there's anything else I can do to make the podcast more accessible. Thanks. And that brings us to the end of the podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to discuss this episode, today's song, or have a say in what song gets selected for discussion in the future, you can find me over at Patreon at A Brand New Day Pod. You can also email me at abrandnewdaypod@gmail.com or find me on Blue Sky under A Brand New Day Pod. Thanks. Have a good rest of your day.